Hello to all the amazing people, TheNeomare here, and welcome to some more the Limbus company. It's a tactical brawler where you set up your team and go into like dungeons and well, use your sinners. Let's take a look at our sinners here to execute like, let's call it combos in the chains and stuff. Well, you'll see. If you're first time here, you might want to check out the full playlist below in the description or comment to see how it is going. Anyway, in this episode we're gonna dive into chapter 2. Now you might notice something here, like this is a free-to-play game, so it has like a free-to-play resource, but don't get alarmed, it's really generous in what it does. Anyway, so far we didn't have any problems, but I'm expecting the game to become a little bit, well, harder as we go on. Oh, it's a casino! Yeah, let's see what the story will unfold for us here. If you're enjoying this, don't forget to like and subscribe, of course. Under the chill air, Vergilius introduces us to our upcoming destination. Where could the next golden ball be? So basically we are collecting these golden balls, which are like balls, boogs. Like anyway, the things which I cannot pronounce, which well, we are searching for one on the bottom of Lobotomy Corporation, but somebody else snatched it out from our faces last time we were there. Yeah, and we are traveling in this bus aboard Mephistopheles, that's the name of the bus, and well, yeah, looks like a very fancy place, doesn't it? The bus wasn't all that lively. I could hear Roger's occasional quips or Heathcliff starting pointless quarrels with someone, probably Don Quixote or Sinclair, and Rioshu's demanding a source of heat to light the cigarette, having run out of lighter fluid. Amidst the gripes and disorder, Gregor was pretty much the only sinner I could rely on willingly turn the mood around. Right. Well, he's messed up though, like, it seems like the chapter we did, the first chapter, was like his story, and now we'll see what the next chapter will be all about. But now he was one of the quietest. He was just staring out through the window, seemingly lost in deep thought. And this is Vergilius, our guide, and we are Dante, so like, it's inspired by the Dante's Inferno. Oh boy, I just woke up, my words are not so smooth yet, but hopefully it gets going. One thing was for sure, if anyone were to blame for trashing the mood on the bus, it'd be Vergilius. The road to the Golden Bow was a fully arduous one, putting us on the brink of that, and some past that several times, not to mention the occasions when we almost ended up unemployed. Yet Vergilius refused to see from our perspective. Oh, Vergilius, why do you refuse to see from our perspective? Given the circumstances, it's only natural for our sinners to be palpably disgruntled. Oh yeah, this is a heavily narrated game, so yeah, strap in for that. But anyway, like the first part of my playthrough here will be very heavily narrated as we go through the chapters, and then it's gonna turn into me trying to like well, extract some nice identities for my characters and trying to put some combos together, show lighting some nice things that I found and stuff like that. So tired of the silent treatment, Ishmael spoke up. Couldn't you tell me where our next destination is now, at least? Oh, sorry about that. I was wondering whether briefing the mission to you miscreants would be worth the effort, so he thinks it's our fault that we failed. Well, pah, you're hurting me with your cold shoulder. Don't you know that kids falling behind me need more love? And let me plead you not to embarrass me this time. I sure don't want to look like a teacher taking a bunch of grade schoolers out for a picnic. I have high hopes for you in particular, Rojan. You might just make a good guide for this tour. Huh? I know I'm a big deal, but I don't think I can be a guide for a place I don't know. No worries, we're heading to a location you should be more than familiar with. A nest of hedonism, where you can drown in money or be drained of everything you have. J-Corps. Great, even Roger has gone quiet now. Well, I suppose it wouldn't be so bad to be big while we are at it. Oi, someone wake me up when we're there. Coincidentally, the bus will be unable to take you right to the branch building this time. This dear passenger. Charon parked... Charon What's park? So yeah, she's driving the bus, but she has no idea of directions or what is parking or anything. Like, she just knows front and back, and that's it. It means stop. Ah, stops are red. Red tastes bad to Charn. Grumbling, Charn hits the brakes without warning, sending most of the sinners flying face first into the seats ahead and flinging others off theirs. I was of course powerless against the inertia. A cacophony of complaints and shouts erupted, although I didn't get to hear the sinners' ramblings in clear detail. I'm willing to bet a good half of them were profanities, so maybe I'm better off not knowing. Good to see you all full of energy. Now, out. The destination still seemed rather far. Ah, will you call a taxi for us? As Mrs. Faust will explain in detail, this mission is going to be quite different from our last ante. This is because the location of the Golden Bow is in the underground of a casino. Do you mean to tell us that it's among the brightly lit buildings standing at the center of that street? That's right, it's one of those. The Lobotomy branch facility we infiltrated last time was one of the had been neglected for quite a while. So you mean that was the exception? See, it's time like this that remind me of our team doesn't necessarily lack critical thinkers. It really does make me wonder how I managed to blunder the previous mission even more. The Golden Bow is a potent energy source holding the essence of many technological marvels. Such founts of energy will attract flows of wealth and people, and in no time a whole civilization is built on top of it. Therefore, it's likely that future destinations will have been occupied by other factions and their structures, which in turn indicates that we should be prepared to visit a wide variety of venues in addition to this casino. It also means that your first mission was a relatively easy one, yet you somehow snatched defeat from the wide open mouth of success. Does he usually hold grudges that long? Don't ask me, we haven't known him much longer than you have. What'd he say again? Something like, "Welcome to Limbus Company, I'm your guide, Julius," and all that? Ha! Pretty good impression, wasn't it? You got his authoritative tone down to a T, I'll give you that. I had to hold myself back from asking if I could resign right after joining. I get the feeling the rest of you thought the same. Nonsense! 'Twas a day to go down in history! Beckoned by the Red Glaze himself, truly there is no honor greater than a caller addressing your... Ah, I guess he does have a fan after all. True that. With their spirits lifted, Roger and Gregor began to chuckle. Well, Don Quixote is a fan of everything really, so... That's more talking than necessary. I really do not wish for there to be impetuous behind the third rule for this boss, right? Come on, give the employees some room to badmouth their boss, you're being totally petty. Next time, do it out of earshot. I'm more fragile than I look, you see. Right, time to get up and at it. I sure hope you come back with a golden ball in your hands this time. And if we bugger it twice? Who knows, Charon might suddenly forget what button to press to open the door for you. Button red. Yucky color. Yucky color. You're one daft bloke. Oitigan. And that means shorthand for useless Asiatic travelers, go and absent now. Heathcliff glared at Ryoshu, insulting wailing up on his throat, only to then expel a loud sigh. He resigned uncharacteristically, as if he came to realization that killing her wouldn't solve anything. Well, the way things went down last time, she wasn't the one with the worst end coming out of it. So yeah, she was the one who killed the rest with her katana. Okay. Right, so casino, that was just a story click, alright, so we're gonna go to the pawn shop now. Level 6, clear it in 10 turns. Faust explains what to do for this mission. As our first step, we should pay a visit to a certain pawn shop. Right, we enter. Oh, it's starting to take more and more energy to do. Okay, that's fine though. We have plenty of it. So this is the team I usually take into missions. It's okay, I'm just gonna... Oh. There. It's gonna do the same thing again. I don't really care about leveling any of these anymore because they're all 0 rarity, so we need first to get some high rarities. But we're gonna do the farming of experience and extractions once we finish the chapter. I want to unlock the mirror dungeons and excavations first. Allow me to give a rundown of the plan. Our primary objective is to infiltrate the casino unsuspected. It will be critical for the successful recovery of the golden bow. According to the information we've acquired, the casino has 3 entrances. One for ordinary visitors, one reserved for VIPs, and lastly the back door used by employees. Let me guess, we're going through the back door. We'll split into 3 groups of 4 sinners to cover each entrance. 4 of us will disguise as croupiers, 4 will pose as guests, and 4 will play the role of VIPs. Working smaller groups will certainly draw less attention. It is wiser to divide rather than unite. Well, is it now? Open the envelopes I gave out to confirm the role you've been assigned. Also, the higher-ups expressed the concern over our performance. They stressed that the company's future plans hinge on whether we can retrieve the golden bow through this operation. Therefore, we will collaborate on a joint operation. Joint operation? Our partner is a special forces unit consisting of professionals and veterans. I believe they are now monikered the LTC, short for the Limbus Company Clearance Department. Rest assured that they are our betters, at least in espionage operations. I thought 12 people was already a crowd. Guess someone finally realized that more isn't always merrier. Wowzer! I haven't met staff from other teams before, just where could they be? Honglu looked around, expecting Foss to bring them forward for introductions any second. Needless to say, no one showed up like he expected. We'll be heading to the pawn shop. Is spawning still a thing these days? We're in the so-called Pawnbrokers Avenue. Most businesses double as pawn shops here. That place is our rendezvous. Let's head inside. Right. The game didn't let me choose. Oh no, I chose them, never mind. Right, but anyway, so I'll just connect these 3 blues so we get a triple bonus. I'm not expecting much opposition yet. I'm playing this like for 4 days now. I have enough videos for like, I don't know, a couple of weeks I guess already. Not sure at which pace I'm gonna release them though, we'll see, but you probably know by now at what rate I decided to release them. In any case, like, most of it so far was super easy. One of my faithful viewers of the makers of this game, the Project Moon, are the makers, and the viewer is 060, who was following us through our Lobotomy Corporation and Library of Ruina playthroughs, is giving me information in the comments of the video. So yeah, teaching me about this game. It's quite a deep and complex game. It might not seem like it now that we are going through this tutorial kind of chapters which are super easy, but he promised us that things will get tougher, so yeah, we're looking forward to that. Pawnbroker. Ain't yet too many visitors at once. The shop's cramped as is. Y'all prefer your luck of the draw from the tramps or mahjong. As we entered the shop, we were met with the gruff greeting of an old pawnbroker. What's that blighter on about? Am I the only one here who read up on SJ? Vergilius gave us a pamphlet to peruse before we left. Well, I think I remember glancing at the cover. Here, you'll get loaned different amounts of depending on your fortune for the day. If you draw a great boon, you get extra cash, while misfortune means far less than what the pawn is worth. Ah, that reminds me, our family had hired dedicated fortune tellers. They drew a greater boon for me in the divination they performed before I left. That must have been a sign that I would join all of you wonderful people on our journey. Well, I don't know if you were paying attention, Honglu, but these people, some less wonderful than others. Wow, really? So indulging in lofty leisure on your grand estate was your fated life? Maybe I should pray that I'm born that rich if there's a next time. I'm good. It's well of folks like him that tend to play dirty. You might be right. I didn't like to get along with my younger sibling in childhood. Always trying to cheat and grouch if things didn't go as desired. No, that's not what I was getting at. So, you wanna get your fortune or not? Forget about that. Do you people even have anything to pawn? I'm not seeing any wealth on ya. The pawnbroker glanced over each sinner with a dubious look until his eyes landed on me. Oh, that clockhead might be worth a good sum. How much do you think they sell for, old Paul? Roger, I'm not for sale. As you were likely contacted in advance, we are from Limbus company and unfortunately neither the sinners nor the pawnbroker were paying any attention to Foss' words. Oh, I did bring this handkerchief with me when I left home. Oh, a dragon embroidered on silk. That's some meticulous needlework, which might net, let's see, 7 million an? A crumpy piece of cloth is worth that much? Have your eyes rotted out, old geezer. What? You don't recognize the value of this quality? Bah, now I see. You're wearing a shabby ring like it's a true treasure. What did you just say? Jeez, cut it out, Dante, please shut them up. He had us worried first. Amidst the chaos, a most gentle voice softly landed on my ears. We were meant to meet each other at 4, but 15 minutes had passed already. Surely you couldn't have forgotten how to read a clock, right? Certainly not. There was little I could do to alter the driver of the bus. Aha, so you're taking a clock person with you to help with the time. I suppose they didn't come with an alarm. The gentle voice was soon followed by one that didn't even attempt to hide their disdain. Come on, that's a little harsh. Let's try to leave better first impressions. I know my voice won't be heard by anyone other than the sinners, but I still can't help but get upset at rude remarks. Oh, so it was you. You guys are the team that botched the Golden Ball retrieval last time. Folks had high expectation for your team, what with some of the smartest people in the city being on it. No wonder Mrs. Foss was looking very pleased. My face has remained constant. Hey, what's you're standing around for? Go now. This fellow here is also the brainy sort. Don't brush him off. Heathcliff gave Ying-sang a sideway glance, but what he got in response was a lukewarm. I shall not, as that would be a hollow want. But you were a lot more talkative down in the basement. Who are you, and what did you do with Yi-sang? I am, and have always been, who I watch in the mirror. You? Forget it. Our first mission was devised with failure in mind. We needed an opportunity to see what potential our sinners held. Really? We were set up to fail? Wait, it was? A plan whose purpose is to fail? That could hardly qualify as a proposal. By the way, where is Virgilius? I agreed to assist with the operation mainly for a chance to get to see him. He must have been embarrassed. Imagine accompanying people like these. Is that why he dropped us so far from the place? Because he was ashamed of us? Doesn't anyone have a thing to say about us being belittled? And won't all the boasting and bluffing not do much if we don't introduce ourselves first? These two will be our corporators for this mission. They're from the Limbus Company Clearance Department, also known as the LCC. The before team of clearance, please. Ah, I'm Sod, and this here is Effie. What are we supposed to clap or? Wonderful, it's a pleasure. Honglu was the only person on the team welcoming them with total sincerity. He almost even gave a standing ovation. A good half of the rest stared at the two with cold eyes, and the others worried until introductions were finished. Right, so that is the scouting team, I guess, that's gonna go forward. Perfection. So yeah, this is the reward for the mission we did. Okay, the pawn shop, then we go to the flawless plan. Our team will join hands with a duo from clearance department. The sinners cast a skeptical glance at their competence and comportment. Now for this mission, we'll basically spoon feed you everything. All you have to do is open wide and chew up your simple tasks. Check the documents in this envelope and do exactly, precisely as the papers say. The way so dragged out the vowel needled me a bit, but I decided not to argue. Oh, precisely as the letters say. I guess that's how she said it. Even if I did, the ticking of a clock would be all she's here. There's not a lot of joining together at all in this joint operation, is there? You're just telling us to follow from behind. This is insulting. Are they taking us for lubbers or what? Look, manager, we've got to put our foot down and do as they say, I guess. Huh? The documents they gave us, they're flawless. Look at this, it has rules drawn out and everything. It's been ages since I saw a plan this clear and meticulous. Surely, this is certainly indicative of their knowledge in writing up proper plans of operation. This isn't to say that it holds a candle to the level of forethought you display, manager. Convinced by Ishmael's commendation, I opened the envelope and carefully read the rundown of the operation. The goal could be summarized as the following. Reach the top floor of the casino. The main reason behind organizing this plan was the first place prize for the table game to be held today. According to the papers, winning the competition held on top floor of the casino is the only way to gain access to the area with the golden ball. 4 syndicates that jointly bid on the casino will be playing in this game of chance. Of the 4, we will be using the name of the infamous Think Tank Gang? Think Tank, is that because of the clock? A name doesn't necessarily reflect the nature of an organization. That's a shallow prejudice. It is ideal for one to choose to see things through the tinted lens that is biased. Right. Back to the plan, we'll discuss as the boss of the Think Tank Gang and win that game of chance. Afterwards, we have to go to the underground floors where the golden ball lies. Leading up to the game, we'll use the items and clothing we can find in pawn shops to disguise as our given roles, enter the casino and wait for the team on the top floor to win the game. That's about it for the outline of this plan, I think. Hey, wait a second, won't this entire thing fall apart if our player doesn't win? We've prepared fake identification as well. It's just in case the casino security runs random inspections on visitors. Alright, that's all fine and dandy, but how do you plan to win once you're at the top floor? What do you think our outfits are for? We practiced for months to pass off as a bona fide croupier. We'll give you good luck. The game is in your bag, all you need is a pair of functioning eyes. Elfie mumbled the last part to himself again while casting a sidelong scowl at the group. He's making it painfully obvious he has no faith in us. And how are we gonna take the place of the Think Tank Gang's boss? We'll put sedatives in the food served at the casino. We've already finished negotiating the details with the head chef. Sedatives? Saud and Effie winked at each other. It was a gesture demonstrating that the two were ideal partners, able to tell each other's thoughts just from exchanging glances. Hey dear pawnbroker, we'll be taking a look at the goods on showcase from here to there. Hi, so young. No, yeah, sure, of course. Please take your time, ma'am. The pawnbroker's attitude looks a sharp turn from disdainful to kowtowing. Wait, what? Now then, let's take what we need from the display. Oh my, this is a Gatcha designer brush, isn't it? Yeah, what discerning eyes you have there, sir. This beauty is the mainstay of our shop's catalog. Only 10 of those were ever made, so it's positively on. My dog used to have one of these on its collar whenever we took it out for walkies. It's so nice to see something that brings back pleasant memories. Right. Oh, poor pawnbroker. So one of the 10 made was on Honglu's doggy. So yeah, I guess Honglu's family is very rich. I'm down for these cowhide gloves, but whoever had them must have been a fashionista. Please take items that suit what's written in the envelopes. You have roles to play. Pardon, but the envelope I have received says janitor. This must be an error of some sort. Okay, it's good and all, but do you have the money to pay for all this? Worry about spendings? What do you think we are? Some low-rank hirelings? There's nothing I can't afford using the black card. Dante, what's this about? You told me we can't have prime beef because we don't have the budget. So the rumors were true that the teams with notable performances are given a company card with no spending limit. Well, everyone was shocked by the proven existence of the fabled black card. A loud voice came from outside. A rustic-sounding pig-tanger. Oi, daughter, didn't I say a payment was due today? Someone who clearly belongs to a vicious syndicate entered the pawn shop. Please, give me one more chance. I swear I have the money ready. One more? Can't ya do basic math? You said the same thing last time. Boss won't like me wasting precious time reteaching your kindergarten, you hear? I guess you're gonna be fighting this dude then. I'm just a frail old man standing on dottery feet. There's really nothing you'll get out of shaking me down. Bleeding with an overly loud voice, the pawnbroker looked at us. Yeah, talking back now. Yeah, go on then, get mad. I won't feel so guilty that way. In a way, he looked like he was covertly begging us to help him based on his expression. The scener's attention was naturally drawn to the ongoing row. Where you looking at? You think I'm playing? Gee, what was that was stereotypical. I didn't even get an urge to reply. Can't people be more creative about throwing taunts? Shouldn't we help out? Maybe. Unlike Ishmael, who scoffed at the goon, Sinclair anxiously glanced over. So you have no choice, the Backstreets have their own rules and order. We aren't the ones to disturb that complex web of their society. Outsiders like us will only cause a bigger scene if we try to step in. No, come on, let's step in. Pleased by the sinners choosing to stay away, the goon continued with extortion. Ha! If you ain't got money, why don't you pay your dues in that instead? We keep telling you. Anything but that, please. Is it really okay to leave them be? Shall I settle the dispute for them so it does not bother you, manager? What does that offer mean by that, anyway? Currency more valuable than money exists in this district. It's well known that J-Corp's Singularity is a powerful security technology capable of locking anything. What is less known, however, is the extensive cultural and historical background of the backstreets of Nest J that led to the Singularity's creation. A history? Are you serious about the lecturers here and now? I was never told about any mandatory education when I joined this company. In spite of the opposition, Faust went on with her explanation. Here, a technology exists to extract wish power from people. Though it's not widely known outside this district since it didn't quite have the generality to be recognized as a singularity. In essence, it's processing luck into a commodity that can be traded, like a form of money. It brought forth the need for a way to stop others from forcibly extracting this wish power, leading to the creation of a security technology that ultimately developed into singularity we know today. GV Faust. Must be tiring having to teach these dunces in a way they can get it. It's fine. This was within my anticipated scenario. I don't like the way you say that. Come on now, gather the items to help with your disguises so we can leave. So they flapped the document full of scheduled plans to emphasize that we'd be busy. We're salaried workers, not heroes fighting for justice. Wait, not that word. A bad feeling rushing through my head prompted me to count the sinners I could see. That does not align with a certain someone's beliefs. And it's one that would severely provoke her principles. Ishmael seems to have noticed what I meant and hurriedly looked around. Yeah, she's a hero. Don't dare try to peel for the valuables of others. This behavior can only be seen as wholehearted villainy. Oh no, Dong Si-hot. But it was a moment too late. Dong Si-hot had already sprinted forward and was swinging her lance at the Ting-Tanger who gripped the pawnbroker by the collar. Whack. Caught completely unaware, the goon was hit right on the head with the blunt side of her lance. Knocked out on the floor in a frisky swing, the fainted goon became the center of attention for all of us inside the pawn shop for a solid minute. For your information, keeping the sinners in check is not part of my job description. That will be the job of this person here. Don't give me that look. There's nothing in my abilities to keep her under control. I couldn't stop myself from defending my position, even when I was aware that my voice wouldn't reach anyone besides the sinners. Oh well, it's not like my defense would have made them look any less baffled towards me if they could hear it. Oh! The pawnbroker was the only one chuffed by this turn of events. Great work, ma'am. Serves that hooligan right? But I'll say you could have whooped them at that harder, maybe. Virgilius advised me that while I am free to deliver justice unto villains, I must do so without unduly involving irrelevance in our mission. Thus, I showed moderation. Well, her proud expression never looked so provoking. Uh-oh, so remembered his words and still leaped forward? 'Twas a necessary action to stay true to my creed. Please understand my virtuous violence. Not to kill the mood, but that ruffian isn't actually dead, right? I thought you wanted her to get straight to Wallops, old sport. I did, but things would get fairly complicated if the Eurodiv showed up, you know. The Eurodivia? What are they doing here? No, forget that. Why are you worrying about them? Not up to date with the news, are ya, ma'am? They've been causing trouble here for months now. Are they the villains as well? Oh, they're villains to us humble merchants for sure. They were going on about, what was it? Roughing up greedy peddlers, keeping money to themselves and giving it to those who need it. Distributing something, they said. Like Robin Hood, I guess. The redistribution of wealth. Ah, that's it, yes, those scoundrels are robbing us poor saps of what little wealth we have, and they don't even do the dirty work themselves. It's always the local brutes they send. Can you believe it? Anyhow, life has been hard for us because of those self-righteous bunches. Looked like they were here to find something at first, but all they do now is squeeze money out of us. Ah, I just realized, shouldn't we take our leave now? More toughies from the think tank gang might be coming this way. It seemed like Roger deliberately cut off the pawnbroker in a hurry, but I had little time to think about the implications. The gang member Don Quixote had knocked out began to flinch as though to get back up soon. Sigh, what a hassle. You're making the problem bigger than it had to be. Hey, Muffin and Sable, was it? Don't be so tart now. There are plenty of pawn shops around here, right? We can always find a different... It's Effian's heart. Please don't mistake our names for confessions. In your statement that there are plenty of pawn shops in the vicinity won't mean much. When we said pawn shops notice the trouble happening here and close? Don Quixote. I'm getting tired of lecturing these idiots on every little thing. We should just leave. Right as I tried to leave, someone wearing similar thuggish clothes to the ones we just knocked out, with a face that looked just as rough, stormed into the shop. Oi, Codger, have you seen our little... We slimy, just what's going on here? Chest puffing think tanger. We did our best to pretend to be innocent customers who just happened to be in the pawn shop at the wrong time. However, in an unfortunate concurrence of events, the goon came back to senses. Who did this? Tell me now! That bean is gonna regret the day they grow stems. Over there! That red timepiece! The direction that finger was pointing was simply too unambiguous for me to pretend otherwise. Plus, there is no point in denying that I was meant by red timepiece, as I'm sure there would be literally no one else matching that description in this entire district. Just so you don't get the wrong idea, I have nothing to do with these people or what happened here. I was just about to bring a towel to cool this poor fellow's head. Right, we help you and this is how you repay us? Okay. That's smarmy gaffer. I had no expectations for him in the first place, but that man really has a shaky reed for his backbone. Although the pawnbroker switching sides in the heartbeat and the finger-pointing clock slander over something I wasn't responsible for too hurt me a little, I was determined to stand firm. Yeah, freely a toss over there, stop, freeze in your tracks. Mostly because it was clear that we had to run right now. If I kept letting small things bother me, I would be reduced to pulp sooner rather than later. Bah! No need to run. Let's just kill them all and be done with it. What's next? You're going to wipe out the whole syndicate? Heck, that doesn't sound too bad. The forces of evil must be uprooted with haste in order to raise the banner of justice high. So is there seriously no one in your team who is in their right mind? Ishmael looked insulted by this remark and seemed to be thinking of a counter-argument, but the think tank goons arming themselves were more pressing matters. Let's get out of here first. Right, so do we need to fight? Probably, right? No, we just run away. Right, so we did three things here. You can see the progress in the top bar thing. So we are like 1/6 through this chapter. Right, so we're gonna continue in the next episode. This one was a handful, a lot of text, my voice is dry, I'm a little bit tired. But yeah, this game has a particular sense of humor. We keep getting in troubles. I guess this time we didn't have to fight at least, so that's an upside. So, I wish you all to have a wonderful day, do some nice things and be kind to each other. Let's make the world a better place together. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're enjoying my playthroughs. And well, thank you all for watching and see ya in the next episode of Limbus Company. TheNeomare signing out. Bye bye.